on 520, COC section, items, we don't have any questions. We're supposed to come back down on the item 22 for reinspection. That's what we discussed at the pre-meeting. Because that's really half of the items. We then we shall come here to discuss what we all COC. Nobody showed up on 27. Um, Guys, they're waiting for the reinspection. Nobody showed up to the reinspection. So that's first and foremost. One, I'm not sure if we provided no notice as to why they would not be able to website. We're sending back to. So our guys are ready with items having been corrected from the original list. 20th, nobody goes to the
Anybody know why they didn't show up on the 22nd? Stuff. No, they started standing and show up on this my counsel. Like the ones. Just from the water from that home. Yeah.
This is a big deal. Inspections are the backbone of housing enforcement. When inspectors don't show up, timelines collapse, tenants stay displaced longer, and landlords get stuck in legal limbo. Everyone loses, and judges notice.
I was in court, jail fires and there were in court as well. We had other inspectors who were inspections with her. We had guys ready. No reason to know that we're not going to show up and go to jail anymore. No work here. That there's no reason for them not to show up. Why did we that? They're not going to show up or to not arrange for other inspectors to come to the property to inspect.
So, I guess I want to make sure maybe I'll call her place to get it done. Is she issuing an order
So,
laying out everything? Because then I don't.
so Judge Kunky is kind of more, based on what she explained on the record. She will be entering order that can see down on property. As urgently as possible, which will be done. She will be entering order with regards to requests for relocation. That nature. Obviously, we don't know exactly what it's going to say, but you can and as well as instructions to the city for timing of inspections. Issues with that, so she can require the city to inspect within 2 days of a request. And also, making itself reasonably available for inspection, even right on site or something, to inspect other work that needs ready.
Here's the tension. Two different judges handling overlapping pieces of the same crisis. When courts overlap jurisdiction like this, coordination matters more than speed. One wrong order could accidentally cancel out another.
Do we know when she's going to do that?
She that we would possibly have a draft of that order at minimum today to see what it would look like. She's waiting on one or two specifics that myself and legal services are working on in connection with that. I know I spoke with Lou about it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're working on it now. End of today, today or final dues. Send out the order with some markups and perhaps on yours that you sent in. We'll be covering, what she's dealing with in terms of focusing on repairs as well as how tenants might be able to relocate systems from their external hours, as well as whatever the landlord since 2017, so that we use that towards relocation when tenants are still yelling about. All right, so what I guess I would want to make sure what's contained in that order. We have
This court has escrow fund.
Right. So one of the items that you that I think is pretty much at this point is that Arbor will not can't do release of the escrow that's being held by the city or the court. I think that the city's agreement requires that like all parties agree to some extent, so something of that nature. So the court will clearly say that we're electing a remedy to bring the release and means from Arbor we don't object to the funds being released, so they can utilize that in finding whatever housing they want to buy.
Okay. So that will be contained in the order.
That, yes, that would be the default.
Oh. So what it seems like to me, and I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I try to reach out to Kunky directly and just see exactly what she's doing, because she's going to assume, oh, there's no reason to court doing it. My opinion, so.
So to the extent there are things like documents relocated, so one of the things that you can do is also be going to pay half the rent. I know that that's something that
Paying half of their rent.
what it would have been for one. So those have to be relocated with the intent back for everyone.
Let's translate escrow. Instead of paying rent to the landlord, tenants pay the court. That money is frozen until repairs are made or tenants relocate. It's leverage, designed to force action without evictions.
So temporarily relocated, so say, I want to come back to R1 once I replace the building with the COC. Those folks aren't required to pay half the rent during their relocations.
I don't think that was part of this majority. She did anything else as household things she said in the future. Bringing up these issues of tenants, relocation, hotels. Yeah, I can see the what the hotel seems to be spending more violence.
Okay. So,
This is controversial. Tenants displaced for safety reasons still paying rent, half but still something. Courts often see this as fairness. Tenants see it as punishment, and landlords see it as survival. There's no clean answer here.
I guess I'm curious. So where would I realize you don't have the answer. Where would this half rent be paid?
Arbor. So basically the argument was, you know, we're relocating folks to a place that has you know, whatever accommodations are ultimately determined, Judge Kunky found reasonable to say you can't have it, right? So I believe that it's going to be a part of the order. The last part that we talked about, no order, so that there's no direction to relocate folks or something in the order that says folks can request the relocated. So I believe that she decided that was going to be a part of the order. Yeah, I'll bring it up because I know it's something we talked about last time when folks are moved out and we establishing whether or not they're going to stay. At that point, we should decide to with those folks, or if they're planning to come back to the city side and not change the living stuff into that part. So we just wanted to advise someone that that would be something that we have.
So for individuals, I'm just thinking about the cases that are before me. So for those individuals that relocated coming back, they would be, let's say their rent's $1,000. They would have to pay $500 to Arbor. What happens? Okay. What happens with the other fees?
The other piece of the rent.
Yeah, it's just not paid.
That was indicating that it's a lost R1. Because the idea is that
Got it.
basically everybody's saying that was the
Everything's working as well as there's also have to go portion. Whatever that is.
Got it. They pay half of the portion. What happens with the subsidy?
I don't know if it was fully addressed.
Right. Got it.
got into.
Okay. So, I think what I will do, and so I make this a very short hearing, because it seems to me that if she's going to do all of that I'm not going to do anything and wait and see how it affects the cases that are before me. With reference, so for example, the just taking by way of example the escrow, that really, I think, in some ways negates the escrow order, right? For those individuals that would fall within that classification. Would you agree with that?
It's your escrow order.
Yeah, because what would, so if an individual is intending upon coming back, what the circuit court is saying, they need to pay half of their rent to Arbor One and Arbor One. My order would indicate that they pay nothing, that they have to the court.
Right. So yeah, and that's what it would be that and folks that even go together need to do that. So yes.
So of the cases that I have, how do I sort those people out?
Folks who have been relocated, right? So some, we don't know from the extent of everyone's desire to be relocated or stay permanently or temporarily. Some things are also found in early housing at this point. So I think it would be to get a list of folks that have been located by one and, talk to them about the extent they cannot stay where they are or they're intending some part of suicide. If they're staying where they are, we can deal with reasons. If they're intending on coming back to the city side once it's available to have DOC, then we will be required to pay a payment.
Do you have any people still in school seven?
It's my understanding nobody's still in the town. Somewhere.
We just did one of you straight bill.
Yes. Have you got? Inquire into what's going on here. Why is that? They have got more information.
Well, I just want to make sure that the 42 I have, that the orders that are consistent with what's been ordered. That's what I want to make sure. And I guess we can do that sort of on a continual basis, or what I can do, and what I may be inclined to do, is just issue a stay on these proceedings for me, and just await the final resolution itself. Or the 9th of June.
If you stay, that's adjourn proceedings for safe places so we can sort everybody out. Who's going to do what?
This is judicial restraint in action. Instead of issuing conflicting orders, the judge pauses everything and lets the higher court finish first. It's not delay, it's damage control.
And then we can maybe get some dismissals or CODs or settlement agreements in place.
Yeah. On these. I'm not. That's fine with me also. I don't have a problem with it, as long as the clearance have been made. Tenants, it sounds like through what Judge Kunky is doing, tenants have been taken into account in terms of what's happening. So, so that's why
I think once that's over, it's all taken resolved.
well, why don't I do this? Why don't I adjourn this out to, why don't I adjourn it out to the 27th of June at 11? Alright. Allow that to kind of take place. That's the
Thank you, Your Honor. And you having to bring your staff out on the 28th, I have pamphlet showing a lot of
things.
So what let's do is provide this. You need to go these buildings, this point, where in a situation Any of these students are ready to go, trying to keep ready. There are remaining items on our storage list, but not necessarily because we weren't selected from the original list, but upon selection, we will more items to this. So we're obviously these things in regards to how to come here and do it, where we are that. These notices are ready for the minimum time COCs. There's no reason that those should not be negotiated. Correction order for how some items need to be done. Those be provided over during the correction order because you do not see until correcting. The temporary COC provided at this point. You look that are ready to go.
But Judge Kunky addressed the issuance of the temporary CEO.
We didn't talk about it. It's been discussed. It's clear. See that someone who was fine with interim solutions on one side, or actually not use that sure to go. Hopefully because we wanted to explain to her that you request a 30-day, correction order for some of these items that, temporary COCs in place. That the correction order for some of these should not be on until those items are taken care of on the list. But no temporary COC was ordered by Kunky at the time. We also have fixed for those items. So we're going to present her with information that there's no reason folks should be in there. We're talking about items and some of these units that folks recently moved out. One of the things we talked about in the meeting with Steve was that what do we do if not for somebody moved out of the unit, 5 days before? You're going to dig up because we're still counting that unit. A lot of these items that have been reported in the most recent submission city are in fact some of those units and issues that are still waiting for inspectors to come out and inspect. We still have inspections scheduled out. So these items are not things that should hold up a CFC or a CFC. That can still be corrected. The ongoing while those things to be in the
Okay. So what I can do at this point is I will cancel my application on 28 TV given the meeting here. And also given the fact that the teams don't want to interfere with what the court is trying to do or trying to do something about the system myself. I think it should cover, sounds to me based on what he explained, it's just going to cover in the same way that I would the ones he is for me. So, okay, that's it. So what I'll do is I'll return this out to June 27th, 11 a.m. for a status conference. They should, yes, they should pay their escrow for June. And then, because as I understand it, given what that order circuit court may look like, depending on what that tenant decides, there's going to be some disposition of that stuff. All right. Thank you. The other aspect to this, and I rather not fund we're able to at least start the inspection. We still have that 65,000 in that city. Yeah, I mean, the intent of that, as I've been calling, was to pay various invoices of the city regarding some of these things. So, well, that was the problem before. You want that turned over to the city, but when we tried to do that, we were told that they didn't want to just take a lump sum. Right, but nobody knew what those were. And so, we have to, for. Or possibly,
And from our perspective, we would have no objection to the vote. We apply those special fees, if that's going to be kind of pulled up and these all these things done. I think that will expedite, ensure that things are done.
right, no, so, if anybody recalls the hearing, the sole reason that money ended up here is because there were the inspection fees due, and then there was an indication that further inspections can be done, because others had to be paid. And then I had to go through and try to figure out what the amount was that needed to be paid, and then I got a figure which was opposite of what I thought. I actually got a lower figure from the city than I did from Arbor One as to what was owed. So I took the higher figure, said put it in escrow, now it's there. When I also suggested that they just turned over the lump sum amount, that was sort of rebuffed because it was sound, as I'm recalling, that they, whoever they are, don't like us to take it that way, that has to be applied. So I don't have a problem if the city were to get to council get together while this is going on and come up with a list of what invoices are to be paid. Give me a total at the end that's then information to the city. I don't have a problem with it, but everybody just needs to be in agreement for this to be paid.
For the record, I think your recollection is accurate.
Still haven't lost it, I guess. All right, so if you guys get that together, give me an order or release of that, I don't have a problem. I just didn't want everyone to be excited that I'm still okay. Thank you, folks. 27th at 11.
Cases like this show how housing court isn't just about buildings. It's about people, timelines, and pressure points. And when systems don't line up, judges are left managing chaos in real time.